let's get going. Might have some people trickling in over the next few minutes, but get moving. So welcome to our functional fitness class, part of our Grow with GoGo series. Before we get moving, just a quick reminder of what else GoGo offers. So in addition to these classes, you can access rides, meals, groceries, medication delivery, and home services, all by calling one number. And that phone number is 855-464-6872. We also have a referral code. So if you go to the bottom of your GoGo receipts, there's a code. If you give that code to a friend, once they take their first service with GoGo, then you will both receive $10 in credit. We have a Facebook group, so if you ever want to continue any of these conversations online or see how other people are using GoGo, you can find us on Facebook and we'll share a link in the chat so you can get there easily. And that's it for just reminders about GoGo. If we haven't met, I'm Adra. I teach the yoga and the functional fitness classes here at GoGo on Wednesdays and Fridays. Today we have functional fitness. What do you need? You need a chair. We don't use the chair so much in our functional fitness, a lot more in yoga, but the chair is useful. So have a chair if you can access one. A set of light weights or cans. So today I have my weights, but sometimes I show up with cans. So whatever you have that you can hold on to. And by light weights, we're talking 1 to 3 pounds. Nothing at all is totally fine as well. So you can always imagine that you're lifting something and that will get those muscles moving. Wall space is helpful as well for balance. But again, if you don't have that, that's okay. What you do need is just your body and a chair. I think that's it. So with that, I will stop sharing my screen. All right, so I should be the nice big screen for you here. If I am not, then you need to adjust your settings. So sometimes your personal settings can override what settings we put on. So you can move your cursor to the top right-hand corner of your Zoom screen and pick view. Something pops up that says view, and you can change it to speaker view. I'm just making my screen bigger so I can see everybody better. You can change it to speaker view so that you see me, or you can have it be gallery view if you want to see everybody else working out with you. Oh, the one other piece of info, be kind to your body. Don't do something if it hurts. Take breaks, listen to your body. Everything I say is a suggestion. Make it work for yourself. Okay, let's find a nice standing position. So take your time to come up to stand. We'll just take stock of how we're feeling today. So pausing here, once you're in standing, no specific way of standing. You can close your eyes or soften your gaze down towards the ground. And just take a few moments to notice how your body is feeling. Noticing any areas of ache, any areas that feel good, tension. Maybe noticing your breath. Just taking stock of where you're beginning and honoring that through the practice. So always checking in with how your body is doing and adjusting as needed. Feel free to keep your eyes closed or go ahead and open them. We'll move into some shoulder rolls. Let's do a couple of big shoulder rolls forward. And then let's take those shoulder rolls back. And then allow those shoulders to relax. Inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, lower the arms back down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, arms circle out and up. Exhale, arms come back down. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, back down. Let's reach those arms up and we'll keep them up this time. And then go ahead and reach one arm up higher than the other and bending the opposite elbow and then switch. So we're just side bending, reaching one arm up and then the other. There's really no right or wrong way of doing this. We're just waking up that side body, waking up the shoulders. Maybe one more time each side. And then coming to center, releasing those arms, taking your legs nice and wide, so a little wider than the shoulders if that's comfortable. And you're gonna allow your whole body to twist. So we're rotating here, allowing the entire body to twist. So it's not just the spine rotating, but you can let your hips rotate, you can let a heel come off the ground. So as I twist to the right, the left heel comes up. And as I twist to the left, the right heel comes up. So you're just allowing yourself to shake it off, letting everything rotate without any specific way of doing it. And then coming to center, allowing those arms to relax, checking out your legs, letting your feet be about shoulder width apart. Toes can point forward or slightly out. We'll go into a few squats. So we'll inhale, bend the knees and reach those arms forward. And then exhale, straighten it out. I'll show a side view as well. Inhale as you bend those knees and exhale as you straighten. You can decide how deep you go. It doesn't need to be really low. So do whatever feels good. We're warming up the body. We've only just begun. So be kind to yourself. Just do a couple more. And then coming all the way up. Bring those legs towards each other. Shake it off. All right, let's grab those weights. If you don't have weights, that's okay. You can imagine that you have weights. We're gonna start really simple bicep curls. So you'll turn those palms to face forward. And we'll bend the elbows, bringing those hands towards the shoulders and then lowering the arms back down with control. Now, if you don't have weights, go ahead and keep going. If you don't have weights, imagine that you're lifting something heavy. So the more that you imagine that you're moving through either something sticky or that you're lifting something heavy and lowering something heavy, the more work your muscles will make. So even if you don't have weights, you can make this challenging by creating that imaginary resistance. You can decide how fast or slow you go. If you go fast, make sure you're doing it with control. A few more. Right, and then letting those weights come down. We're going to make our way behind the chair or find a wall space or a table. I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see. You can keep facing your screen or just face whatever direction is easy for you. So just make sure you have something to hold on to for balance. We're going to start with taking those feet together. So take those feet together. Find a nice tall stance and then let go. So just finding that you can find balance with your feet together and not holding on. If that feels safe and okay, you'll go ahead and close your eyes. So you're keeping your feet together with your eyes closed and just seeing if you can maintain balance that way. So this is just step 1 and 2. If that's not possible, then open the eyes. All right, eyes open up if they're closed. You can find that support of the wall or your chair. And we'll step the right foot forward in front of the left, like you're taking a step and standing on a tightrope. So the position. One foot is hiding behind the other. I'll go sideways so you can see, right? So one leg is hidden behind the other. I'm not on railroad tracks. I'm on a tightrope. Now, if that's not possible for you, then you can go ahead and widen your stance. So now we're trying to find a little challenge for our balance here, noticing how that feels. If it feels okay, you'll go ahead and let go of your chair. If it does not feel steady or safe, please keep holding on to your support. Let's bring those hands back to your support and we'll switch legs. So stepping that right foot back and taking the left foot forward, standing on that tightrope if possible. If it's not possible, then you can widen your stance. So now the other foot is in front, you're holding on. If that feels steady and stable and safe, you can let go. If it still feels really challenging, then please keep holding on. You can always hold on with just one or two fingers to find a sort of in-between challenge. Hands come back to your support. Let's step those feet next to each other, shake it off. All right, one more, few more balance exercises. Let's stand on the right foot now. So keep holding on, you're gonna stand on that right foot and you're gonna lift that left foot off the ground. You can decide where the foot goes. So it can go behind you, it can go in front of you, I don't mind. Just anywhere where you're standing just on that right foot if possible. If at any point you lose your balance, you step the foot back down. Please keep holding on to your support initially until you feel steady. If you feel steady, then maybe you start holding on with just one or two fingers. If that feels steady, then maybe you float your hands above your support. Feeling free at any point to grab a hold again or step your foot down. So we're just seeing, right? We've only just begun class. So we're seeing where is our balance right now. Hands come back down to your support, lower your foot, and we'll switch sides. So now the left foot stands on the ground, right foot comes up. The foot can go behind, it can come in front, whatever feels steady and stable for you. First, you're holding on, finding that nice steady stance. Once you feel steady, then maybe you start to lighten how hard you're holding. Maybe you're holding with a couple of fingers, or maybe you're hovering above your support. All right, lowering the foot down, lowering the hands down to your support. You'll keep holding onto your support, and we'll walk back into an upside down L position. So if your hands are against the wall, that's fine, or on a table or on your chair. You're gonna walk those feet back and create this upside down L position. So the arms are reaching forward. If possible, the arms are straight. If that's not possible, then bend the elbows. If your torso can't come this low, then the torso is up higher, that's fine. If your hamstrings are feeling too much stretch, bend those knees. Holding several breaths. And then lift the torso up, walk yourself forward. We'll bring the forearms to the back of your chair or to your table. A wall will be kind of hard here, but you can play around with having your hands on the wall with bent elbows. So forearms on the back of the chair, possible. You could also do hands and bend those elbows. We're going to move through the spine. So we'll inhale, bring the chest forward and the tail up. Knees can be slightly bent. So I have a slight bend in the knees. So I'm creating this sort of arch. And then as you exhale, round the back, tuck the tail. You're curving your spine like you're a scared cat or a Halloween cat. We inhale, chest forward, tail up. So just warming up that spine. Exhale, round, tuck the tail, pull the belly button towards the spine. Inhale, chest forward, tail up. Knees can be soft. Exhale, round. Keep going, follow your breath. And then finding neutral, lifting your torso up. We're going to move into some heel raises now. So holding on to that support. All 10 toes face forward. Let your feet be relatively close to each other here. So it's not a wide stance. Your feet aren't touching. They're maybe 4 to 6 inches apart, really underneath those hip joints. Not outer hips, our actual joints where the leg bone meets the socket. So it's pretty narrow, 4 to 6 inches. All 10 toes face forward. We'll move into our heel raises. You'll inhale, lift up on towards your tippy toes, and then come back down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. You decide how high you go. Only moving in a range that feels safe to you. That feels good. So we're really warming up those feet today. You can keep holding on as much as you need. If this feels easy, then you can let go or hover your hands, right? But only if that feels really steady and comfortable. The front third of the foot stays on the ground. It's the arch and the heel that lift off the ground. So just make sure the balls of the feet also stay mostly down. Watching or thinking about what your ankles are doing, paying attention that they don't go out to the side or knock in, that they're lifting straight up. All right, you're welcome to continue like this, or we'll add on. So bring those heels down if you want to add on. If you're doing the add on, please hold on to your support. You're going to lift one foot off the ground, and you're going to attempt heel raises on one leg. Please hold on for this. So you're going to try and lift that one heel and bring it back down. Now, if that feels impossible, then go back to doing both legs together. So this can be really interesting because suddenly we've doubled the amount of weight on the leg because we were distributing the weight initially on both feet, and now all of a sudden we have all of our weight on one leg. So just sensing how that feels. Noticing if there's any wobbles or if you can't lift the heel off the ground. Right? There's no judgment. You're just noticing what are your abilities? How does this feel today? All right, let's switch legs. So other foot down, lifting, and again, playing with seeing, can you do one-legged heel raises? Now, if that feels impossible, then do both feet at once. Or make it really small. It's okay for it to be a tiny lift. Try and move with control. So we're not trying to use momentum to make this happen. We're really trying to use the strength of the legs. Noticing how much you're using your arms, right? I want you to hold on either way, but noticing, are you really pushing your hands firmly into your support? Or are they just lightly holding for a little support? All right, let's bring that heel down, both feet down, shake it off. Whew, I felt that. Let's go into a calf stretch. So holding on to that chair, we'll step the right leg back anywhere from 1 to 3 feet back and bend the front knee. So both feet are flat on the ground. So back heel is pushing into the earth, that front foot is pushing into the earth. The back leg is straight. The front knee is bent. We're looking to feel a stretch in the calf or the lower leg of that back leg. All right, let's step forward. And we'll switch sides. Other leg steps back, calf stretch. So all 10 toes face forward. Feet are anywhere from 1 to 3 feet apart. The front knee bends, the back leg is straight. Breath is smooth, noticing where you feel the stretch. And then go ahead and step forward, shake it off. We're gonna give our legs a little break and we'll go back to our bicep curls. So go ahead and find your weights once again. Let those palms flip to face forward. We bend those elbows, hands come towards the shoulders and lower down with control. So it's up to you how fast or slow you go. Whatever speed you choose, allow it to be controlled. So the upper arms really aren't moving, it's just the forearms moving, or the lower half of the arms moving. Jaw is relaxed, breath is smooth. If you start to feel fatigued with this or anything, you can always alternate. So you could do one arm and then the other. You don't always have to do both together. So just know that that's an option as well. You can always take breaks. Even if I don't offer them, they're always available to you. All right, and then let's put those weights down. We're coming back to the back of our chair or our table, just something again to hold on to. We're gonna move into working our hamstrings. The way we're gonna work the back of the leg is still through balancing. So that's part of why we did all of that balance work. We're gonna work the back of the upper leg. So we did calves and now we're moving to the hamstrings. So standing on your left foot, please hold on for this. So it's not so much a balance exercise, but we do have to stand on one leg. So it does become a balance exercise, but hold on. We're standing on our left leg and go ahead and bend that right knee, taking the foot behind you. Now take a moment to notice. You can look down at your body or try and sense or look at yourself in the video if you can see your screen. Where is your leg, your right leg in relation to the left? So sometimes what happens is that right leg comes really far forward, or sometimes the leg's gonna go out to the side. What I want you to do is find a place where your knees are directly next to each other. So that right knee is right next to the left, so it's not coming forward and it's not going way back, it's right next to it, it's not going to the side. And then I want you to start to drop your tail. So imagine there's a weight at your tailbone and it's dropping down and you're not letting that leg move forward as you let that tail drop down. Then notice your rib cage. Watch that the ribs don't start to thrust forward. I want those ribs to stay nice and relaxed. So ribs are relaxed, the tail is dropping down, the knees are directly next to each other, and then you can begin to bend that right knee more and more to curl the hamstring. So you should feel the muscles of the hamstring, so the back of the leg, the back of the upper leg. If you are not feeling it, then recheck your things. Are your legs right next to each other? Are your ribs relaxed and is your tail dropping down? Smooth breath. You can always bend your knee more if you'd like. But just keep checking in because we tend to try and make this easier on ourselves by adjusting the body so that we don't feel all of that work. Go ahead and release, shake it off. And we'll try the other leg. So now standing on that right foot, holding onto your support, we bend the left knee. And again, we go through all those same checks. First, watch that that left leg is directly next to the right. It's not out to the side, it's not forward, it's really next to it. If anything, you can bias it back. Then let your tail start to drop. As you let your tail drop, don't let the knee sneak forward. So what I often see is, oh, I'm going to drop the tail and then the knee comes forward. No, we want to keep those legs next to each other and drop the tail. What we're trying to do is shorten the hamstring or contract the hamstring. And so dropping the tail can help you do that. So knees are next to each other, tail drops, ribs are relaxed, and then it's up to you how much you bend the knee. As you bend the knee, watch that your leg doesn't swing forward or out to the side. And release. We're going to do that one more time each side. I'll talk a little less this time. So standing on that left foot, we bend the right knee. Legs are next to each other. Tail is dropping down. Ribs are relaxed. You bend the knee as much as you'd like. Release, and we'll switch sides. Standing on the right foot, bending the left knee. Legs are next to each other. Tail is dropping down, so the low back tries to lengthen. The ribs are relaxed. You bend the knee as much as you want. Don't let the knee creep forward. And release. Hands stay on your support. Walk yourself back, upside down L. So we're going to stretch out the backs of the legs and the upper body at the same time. So here the torso can be lifted. If you need to, the knees can be slightly bent, but I do want you to try and find a stretch along the backs of the legs. So if that means you need to straighten the legs and lift the torso, that's fine, or leave the torso low and bend the knees. Whatever it is, we're looking for some sensation along the backs of the legs, somewhere along the backs of the legs. And go ahead and lift yourself back up. And we'll grab those weights. Last set of bicep curls for today. Flip those palms to face forward. We bend and straighten the elbows. Again, you have the option to move as fast or as slow as you'd like. You don't need weights. If you don't have weights, imagine you're lifting something heavy, or that you're moving through maybe damp concrete or honey or water. Create that resistance for yourself. Or if your weights feel too light and you just want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can do that as well. Couple more. All right, let's put those weights off to the side. So now we've done a lot of things to prepare us to do some lunges, or front squats. Everyone calls these things different things, but we'll call them lunges for this class. I'm going to show you from lots of different angles. So we're gonna hold on with our left hand, and I'll go sideways first. So left hand's gonna hold on. We'll bring our left foot forward. So we'll do same hand as foot. So left foot forward, right foot back. The back heel is off the ground now. So the front foot is flat on the ground. The back foot is heel is off the ground, toes are down. We're going to bend both knees, lowering the body towards the ground. And then straighten those legs. So we bend the knees, lowering towards the ground. It's up to you how low you go, and straighten. What I want you to pay attention to is if your stance is too low, what happens is those knees go really far forward, and that can be a lot of pressure on the knees. So just watch that the knee, that front knee particularly, stays approximately over the heel or the arch of the foot and doesn't really pass the toes. So go ahead and set yourself up. Left hand holds on, left foot in front, right foot behind, right heel is off the ground. We bend the knees, letting the body lower. So the torso is upright. It's kind of like an elevator. And then we straighten. So we bend and straighten. If you feel steady here on your feet, then you can always let go. So you don't have to hold on with that left hand. It's up to you how low you go. It's also up to you how fast you go. I'm gonna try and move off. I'm on a creaky spot. There we go, much better. So moving at your own pace, we did those heel raises to prepare that back foot to be in this position. It's a lot of pressure here on the foot to be bent that way. Couple more. All right, and then we'll come forward, step the back foot to meet the front. You can just switch legs there, or you can turn around. I'm gonna turn around just for symmetry's sake. So now right foot is forward, right hand is on the chair, left foot is back. If you need a different hand on the chair, that's totally fine. So all 10 toes face forward, back heel is now off the ground, the front foot is down on the ground. We're gonna move that torso up and down like an elevator by just bending and straightening the knees. We bend both knees, torso stays upright. You decide how low you go. You don't have to go that far. And then straighten those legs. Inhale as you bend. Exhale as you straighten. Keep going, follow your breath. Couple more. And then coming all the way up, stepping forward, back foot meets the front, shake it off. Let's go ahead and grab just one of your weights. And we'll take that weight in the right hand. Couple of ways we can do this. You'll step the left foot forward and the right leg back, like 1 to 2 feet apart, so it's not a super wide stance. And you'll bend your front knee and let your left hand rest on that left knee. So this is one option, especially if it's hard to get to your chair. Your other option would be to stand in front of the seat of your chair and place your hand on the seat of the chair. So left hand on the seat of the chair, bent knees, right arm dangles holding the weight. I'm going to show you both options just one more time. So left foot forward, right foot back. We bend the front knee, left hand supports you because we're going to do some row with a tricep extension. Other option is to face your chair, hand on the base of the chair. So whatever feels more comfortable. Today I'm going to use the base of the chair because last time I just used my body. So giving you some variety here. Knees can be bent or straight. It's up to you. Again, whatever variation works for you. You bend your elbow. Elbow stays high, straighten the right arm back behind you, then rebend the elbow and lower the hand down. I'm going to show the other variation as well, but we bend the elbow. It's exactly the same. We straighten the arm back behind us, we rebend and lower. So keep going with whichever variation you're doing. The arm movement is the same. The only difference is how you're supporting yourself. Are you supporting yourself using the chair or are you supporting yourself using your leg? Find what is comfortable for you. We're only doing one set of these today, so make them count. We're going to do a few more than usual, or we're going to be here for a little bit longer. All right, and then we'll go ahead and come up. Switch hands, so weight goes into the other hand and we switch sides. So if you're doing the legs, this time right foot is forward, left foot is back. We bend the right knee. The right hand supports you on your leg. Or the right hand comes to the chair. So either variation is fine. The arm does exactly the same thing. We bend the left elbow, elbow stays high, straighten the arm back behind you, rebend and lower it down. Keep going.
Adria, what's the breathing pattern on that?
Any breath you'd like. So as long as you're breathing, I'm happy here. Good question. Couple more. All right. And go ahead and let that go. Come on up, shake it off. We're gonna do one more set of lunges. So we'll do the same thing as last time, but if you want to change up the arms, that's fine. Left hand on your chair, left foot forward, right foot back. Feet are anywhere from 1 to 3 feet apart. Back heel is off the ground. So we're going back to that exercise we've already done. Torso stays upright. We bend the knees. Inhale down. Straighten the legs. Exhale up. Last time you're doing these today. It's up to you how low you go. Do about one more. And then we'll switch sides. You can either just step forward and switch legs or turn around. Right leg is in front this time, left foot is behind. Feet are anywhere from 1 to 3 feet apart. Back heel is off the ground, front foot is flat. We bend the knees, torso stays upright, we straighten. Inhale down, exhale straight. Keep going. All right, finish it off, maybe one more. And stepping forward, shake it off. All right, we're gonna wrap up class with balancing once again, just like we did towards the start of class. So let's begin with those feet together. Maybe you're holding on, maybe you're not. And then closing the eyes, seeing how that feels. Then eyes open, hands back to your chair. We'll stand on that tightrope, right foot in front of the left. All 10 toes face forward. You're holding on to your support to start. Once you feel steady, you're welcome to hold on with maybe 1 or 2 hands, 1 finger, no hands. Hold on once again. We'll switch other foot in front. Left foot steps forward, right foot is back. All 10 toes face forward. We're holding on to our support first. If you still feel steady, you can let go with 1 hand or maybe hold with 1 finger or hover the hands. Hands back to your support, taking those feet next to each other. We stand on 1 foot now. So standing on 1 foot, lifting the other foot, leg can go wherever. So there's really no special way of doing this. Standing on 1 leg. Start with holding on. If that feels okay, maybe you hold on with just 1 hand or 1 finger, or maybe you hover your hands. Find that just right challenge. So it's okay to fall out of a pose as long as you fall out safely. So it's okay to wobble. It's okay for it to be challenging, but not so challenging that you're worried that you'll hurt yourself. Hands come back to the support. We lower the right foot and we switch sides, bend the left knee. Left foot is off the ground however you'd like. We're standing firmly on our second leg, so just make sure you switch legs. Holding on with one hand, two hands, couple of fingers, or hovering. Helps to stare at something that is not moving, so let that gaze steady on one thing. If you start moving your eyes around, it can get very challenging. And then releasing the hand, releasing the foot, shake it off, step away from your chair for a moment. Planting those feet down, let's inhale, circle the arms out to the side and up towards the ceiling, reaching tall. Exhale, arms come down. Again, inhale, arms circle out and up. Exhale, arms lower. One more time, inhale, arms circle out and up. This time, palms touch, hands lower towards your chest. Give yourself a round. Awesome work, everyone. So great working out with you, as always. If you're new to class, every class is different. So just know that we worked some parts of the body today. Next time at Functional Fitness, we'll work other parts. So we change it up. Today we did a lot of balancing. Some days we do other things, more squats, more overhead reaching. So it's just different every time. All right, so we have a couple of minutes if anybody has any questions. Questions regarding class, so that would be yoga or functional fitness. If you have GoGo specific questions, the best thing to do is to email and reach out directly to GoGo.
I haven't been to the yoga class. Can you say more about that?
Yeah, so the yoga class is a mostly seated class. We're sitting for almost the entire class except for about 5 minutes where we do a little bit of standing. A lot of stretches, a lot of moving our body with our breath, so connecting the breath with the body, and a tiny bit of meditation at the beginning and at the end. And we also have YouTube videos of the class, so if you ever want to just poke in, scan through the YouTube videos to see what that looks like, you're welcome to do that.
Great.
And we'll share a link to the YouTube channel in the chat.
Aisha,
Yes.
I decided to tune into your YouTube on Monday so that yes, and I hit a yoga class, which was perfect for me because you in this particular class you said think about your emotions, and I didn't have a good day, so that was really good. Yeah, but also in my family, a husband and a wife had falls. One broke a femur, and the other, I don't know, had some ankle problem. But it's scary when you hear about these things. So I really appreciate your work with the balance. Thank you.
Thanks, Bertha. And I'm so glad that you did yoga on Monday. That makes me happy. I know we were going to check in about that.
I also appreciate the balance exercises because that's my primary problem is lack of balance.
Yes, that's awesome. I'm glad you're saying that too, or reiterating that. Balance is so important just to reduce the likelihood of falls. So I'm glad that you're recognizing that. Thanks,
Yeah.
Mark.
I think that as the young people, we could rush with impunity. If we would lose a balance, we'd regain it and not fall. But at an advanced stage, we really can't take that for granted. We have to be careful and slow and mindful.
Absolutely. And that's why it's good actually to challenge your balance, to make it a little bit hard when we're in class because you're controlled and you're paying attention to it. So if you start to wobble, you can usually catch yourself in class, or you have the chair right there ready to help you, versus when we're in everyday life and you turn around or you get surprised, that's where it's more likely that you'll fall. So it's good to practice and make it a little hard during class.
Just watch after this smarty pants talk, I'll have an accident next
No, no, don't say that. Do not say that. No accidents allowed.
Hey, Adrian, I got a comment and uh, I guess something to notice in the class. Um, when you do your lunges, you know, the ones with the foot, the final ones where we had the foot on the floor in the front and the
Yeah.
up in the back and
Mhm.
both knees. That is the movement of the traditional telemark skier. Only they alternate. You know, you go down on one, and of course you're also going downhill, so you're putting another variable into it. But they bend that, and the ski will go around. Of course, that's 50 years ago or more, so they've changed their style of skiing. But some people still telemark ski in the traditional way. So just know that I think you're a secret skier, and you just don't know it yet.
I am
So
a skier. I'm not a secret skier. I'm a skier.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. There you go. So I didn't know if you were you could ski or snowboard or both, you know, because you can surf on the snow just as well as on the water. So anyway, I noticed in the breathing for especially when we were doing weight, you were saying inhale on the bend and exhale on the extend, and uh, one of those you had the combination where we were doing the bend and extend back and then bend back and then extend down, so two different directions type of thing. So I basically tried to do it where the breathing was with the bend each time,
Mhm.
and you almost had to go slow because all of a sudden that breathing was like I started getting. I said, "Oh, this is wrong." So anyway, it's nice to experiment with the stuff there, and I'm glad that you were letting us know or reminding us when the breathing part was, because it works a lot better when we do it at the time that you tell us to, you know, because it's one of those things to forget, especially when we're trying to focus on what's going on or watching what you're doing. You forget to breathe. And I tell skiers whenever they get scared on the hill and they're going to fall down or something, that always just exhale, because you automatically inhale and it takes the fear away. And so
Yeah.
we as seniors, you know, deal with a little bit of fear doing stuff. So you know, I focus on the exhale. As for the chair part, sometimes with my cane, I'm able to kind of go in between the quasi or semi what you do, or when we're doing our bending or something, or for the balance, I try to stay away from the chair, you know, within range, and still use the cane to try to
Mm.
bend and do the things to where, especially when it's one side or the other side type of thing, and use it as either just a, you know, an orientation or a support if needed, you know. Uh, the older I get, I guess the keenier I get. So anyway, enough of me there, Adris. Thanks.
Thanks for sharing, Ross. All right, everybody. I will let you go. It seems like most of us have logged off, so it seems like you're ready for the weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, and hopefully I will see you on Wednesday, which will be functional fitness again, or on Friday, which will then be yoga. We alternate. Look for an email from us, and that'll give you the invite and the reminder for class. So wonderful to have you all here today, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.